Right, what's happening, man? We over here at Slick Bridge. I'm Mobster Mike, City Suspect Representative, owner of Slick Bridge, and we have right here Leslie Walker. How you doing today?
How you doing today, you guys?
Nice
to see you today, or hear from you.
For sure, for sure. So we just got a few questions for you for the compilation.
Okay.
We're trying to give a little shine on the artists, and then just want to know the things that you're going to be doing, what you did before this and what you're doing afterwards, and other questions that other people have for you to answer and stuff like that. So the first question is, what's your name and where you, well, we already know the name, I just said it, but where you from?
I was born and raised in San Francisco, and moved out to Vallejo, I guess when I got about late middle 30s, or about 30 or so.
Okay. All right. What inspires you?
The Word of God inspires me.
There you go.
And that's where I get a lot of my writing from, is the Word.
Yeah.
Called the spoken word, I call it. I see where I've read some things about me, and they said I was a pop artist. But I'm spoken word. I love Jesus Christ and God the Father. And that's where my inspiration comes from.
That's what's up. I like that. Definitely, man. Well, how'd you get into music? Or spoken word and...
Well, we were raised with music. You know, Temptations, Miracles, Supreme, just Motown.
Yeah.
Sound way back, you know, when I was really young. And recently, when I came here, with you, I had been in the hospital for a while, and when I was released with you.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came here and you were working in the studio, you said, why don't you try something? You got any kind of music that inspires you, that you want to do? And I said, spoken word.
Okay. All right, so spoken word. That's what's up. I like that. It's definitely different and something that the people need. Besides the compilation, what else are you working on?
Well, I study the Word of God. You know, sometimes I preach, sometimes I teach in church. I kind of been in and out for a while because of being in the hospital and stuff. So, you know, while we're here, I'd like to thank you for coming down there to that hospital, helping me with my legs and stuff on Thursdays. I really appreciated that.
Definitely.
So, what else am I working on? Is that and writing the music. Writing music is a job within itself. You know, you really have to be inspired to do that. You know, you can't just, you know, just write something. You know, it has to have something behind it where people don't really have to question it, you know, but they can hear it and say, well, that's the truth. Yeah. See, there's truth in error, but there's no error in the truth. Because you can be talking to somebody and you can hear the truth, but you also can hear a little lie in there, you know.
All right, so who or what inspired your first song?
Probably the hospital, and getting out the hospital and learning how to walk all over again.
Man.
So it's like starting at the beginning again, you know.
That's what it's called.
Yes,
Starting at the beginning.
That's what it's called. So I'm sure that was in me when I was writing. I always try to write about what's current with me in my own life, you know. Or if I see somebody else and I've never had to do it, you know, I would ask them if it's okay to write about them. As a matter of fact, I did have one, and they didn't want, you know, they didn't want
the name put in
stuff or their name put in there. So I had to leave that out. I thought it was good, but it went well anyway.
Period.
You know, it went well. And that way, everybody could put their own name there.
I like that because I definitely know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. You feel me? It's something that you are like proud of, and then you show the person that you did it for, and they're not as proud as you are that you did it, and it's just a little bit funny. Do you think your latest track for the compilation is your best track?
I always kind of think after I write one that they're all pretty good. And then after a while, you start picking and choosing and what is going along with, and you know what it's about. Like the compilation has a purpose to it.
Yeah.
So actually, you know the story behind it. How your brother, my son, passed away about just about 2 years or a little over.
2019 in December.
It'll be
We
this
don't
month.
say the day because
We had the 10th and the 11th. And that's the first time I ever seen an obituary with no date
on it. Yeah,
passing.
just December.
You know, so it was him and his cousin, which is my niece, you know, passed away. And that's how we got the name here.
Yeah.
You know, Slick Bridge. They called him Slick. He was a writer, you know, rap. And I believe she was a lawyer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were pretty close.
Yeah, definitely.
So anyway, we put it together, Slick Bridge, you know. Yeah.
A very painful time, definitely.
Yeah.
Whew. What artists would you want to work with in the future?
Well, I'm not a real singer, because, but the answer to your question, if I could, it would have been People Bryson.
Bryson, I like that.
Old school.
So,
no, but this is not. I just stay with my spoken word and stay with Jesus. You know, I'm not a cursor, drinker, smoker, or nothing like that, you know. So the word keeps me balanced.
There you go.
Pretty good, you know. So, like I said, that's my inspiration. I try to stay there and not move outside my lane. I don't think people do well when they start going outside their lane and trying to do and be like somebody else.
Yeah.
So the best person I know to be like is just me.
Period. I like that. And I was also going to say that you don't just have to be a rapper or a singer to network with other artists, because their music needs your spoken word in it. So even if it was in the outro or intro or even like a skit for the whole album or whatever, I think that would be a good fit.
Okay.
If you had a message to your younger self, what would it be?
Stay you. Be you. Don't try to be nobody else. Just be yourself.
That
My mother taught us well.
There you go.
You know, she taught us well. She disciplined us at every move, you know, where you was wrong. Taught you where it looks like you needed to be taught something, you know.
Yeah.
My dad was good too. He worked a lot, you know. So, not taking nothing from him.
Yeah.
But my mother, she was there.
Yeah.
You know.
That kind of sounds like that's where I got my. I'm always telling somebody that, you know, it's always a life lesson for something. No matter what situation, you can learn from it, and if you're not learning from it, are you really in the moment? Yeah. So I definitely understand that. How long does it take? Go ahead.
Excuse me. When you just said that, it reminded me of a friend of mine who has passed away since then. But we would talk a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember one time he was telling me his stomach was hurting and stuff like that, and he had to go to the doctor. And the doctor said, well, that's real simple. You need to stop eating greasy foods and stuff, you know. So when he told me that, I stopped. I ain't got to go to no doctor for this. He just brought the information back.
Come on.
So sometimes it'll work good for you if you just take somebody else's information and use it on yourself.
Yeah, definitely, man. Because if you have an older brother and you see your older brother doing this and it's not really the productive direction where he's going, I don't think I chose not to go that way. So, you know, and I'm hoping that my little brother is learning from me. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's one good thing about this life. We have choices.
We have choices.
You know.
We have
you can't
choices.
say nobody made you do this.
Period.
You know.
Man, come on. I ain't trying to hear none of that, y'all. For real. Hey, I was made. Nah.
I used to go home. With my friends, you know, would go out, at night and stuff, or they get somewhere and they be smoking their little cigarettes. I remember most of them started when we were like the 7th grade.
Yeah.
And catch the bus, and her kids would always go to the back of the bus. We would always go to the back of the bus. And I would always get about 2 rows in front and sit, you know, while they were talking and smoking and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I remember one night they had this thing where they would go after girls, you know, when it got dark at night, and they called it hide and go get it.
Hide and go get it.
I'm going home. I go home. My mother said, "Where's your brother?" I say, "Oh, he'll be here in a little while."
You feel me? Come on. Was that Uncle
Yeah.
LeVance she was asking about?
Yes, it was.
How do I know, man? That's too
Yeah.
funny. Man, I miss him too.
He did whatever he wanted to do.
That's like my brother Slick. That's definitely like my brother Slick.
And your brother Slick was there with me when LeVance passed away.
Yeah, yeah.
I always thought some spirit jumped in him or something. Because he did act just like him sometimes. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is a little hard to talk about, but I'm glad that we're having this talk.
Yeah, but it gets easier as time goes.
It does.
And you remember the good things.
The good times, for sure. For sure. And what they taught us and things like that. For sure. How long does it take you to put a track together?
That's just a single, right?
Yeah.
First, when I'm inspired, I start writing then. It take me about 10 minutes to do that.
10 minutes.
Because as you're writing, more keep coming.
Yeah, exactly.
More keep coming.
You know what I mean? Get encouraged and everything.
Write
Yeah.
it. Because like if you have a dream and you trying to remember your dream all the time, well, when you wake up in the morning, before you do anything, write it down.
Yeah.
Write
Yeah.
it down. You know.
I was told right when you wake up, write about what you dreamed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I used to do that for a while. Then I stopped. I said, because somebody find this. They're going to have all my stuff on there and all my thoughts. You know.
By the time they find it, you feel me? That means that it was just time for them to find it.
Okay. Or I was neglected. Putting it in the wrong place.
Oh, yeah, you know, right under the bed. That's it.
Yeah.
For sure. Under the mattress, not just the bed, y'all. But how do you deal with emotion?
Emotions?
Mm-hmm.
Try to use my patience with that.
There you go.
You know, because that's part of our soul, emotion. We all have emotions we have to deal with, you know. And I deal with it very carefully, slowly. Nothing, you know, nothing where... One thing I don't like is to do something to somebody and have to apologize.
Man, I feel
So I just don't do it. You know, I just don't do it. I let it go and I take the little pain, whatever it might be. Then you start to learn that you grow from that pain.
Yeah.
You're stronger and wiser.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one. Man. What about, like, how do you separate your musician life with your real life?
Well, as you would know, your musician life comes together with your so-called real life or your street life, whatever you want to call it. You know, they come together, and you just, you know, they're just combined. You just combine them and write them together. You know, so that's how I do it. You know, but sometimes, you know, I have once. I don't like to call it song, I call them recordings. You know, I said, you know, my street life was good, but my gospel life, you know, is even better than that, because that's where my spirit is now. That's where I would, you know, kind of work from, you know. Yeah. So, you could, you know, you can manage them together. Yeah.
You can manage them together, y'all. Come on, you don't have to just...
It's not going nowhere. Life is going to be here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. A lot of people think that they have to play like a different life and be a character and stuff like that. But I believe doing that actually made artists think that they can just become a gangster rapper
They lose it.
and just shoot them up, bang bang, and that's really not their life. And I think that they think they can be this character that they're not, and then in their personal life, they don't have to act like they didn't just say, "I'm gonna shoot you in the face."
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's keep it together, y'all. Keep it together.
Well, I was looking at a Hollywood actor about 2 days ago on TV, and he did say he got stuck like that in a role.
Yeah.
He said he got stuck for about a year, trying to act like that character, and he kept telling himself, "You're not that character." He said, so I had to go find me another role to play, so I could break that one.
Yeah, because the way they study too, they really go in and study that person, that character, and when they say action, they don't know how to not live that action life anymore when they say cut.
Yeah. Yeah, I was always amazed how somebody could be on TV and study all them lines. My friend used to act some with Clint Eastwood and some of his movies. I used to read his script sometimes. I think, I gotta read all this. You just read your own.
Yeah.
But I was like, some people have a whole lot of lines. And I think, I gotta memorize all this.
Yeah. What about, what's his name? Eddie Murphy on not Big Mama's House, but the Clumps. How many characters he had to play?
Right.
How many? Once you have that many characters, you're damn near reading that full script. Not just your
but
little
you wrote
part.
it.
That too. See,
Most of them I think he did.
That's another good one too. See, that's what a lot of artists need to do is that one man band thing. Let's bring that back, you guys. Let's see what we can really do on our own, opposed to paying somebody and forgetting about them. But anyway.
Yeah, and I heard another guy. He was talking about he was playing. I think it was Smiley guy. I forget what his first name is. But
Ricky Smiley.
yeah. And like you have a grandmother, right? He said, "Well, I got to go to my grandmother's house to her grandmother. Let me come with you." No, it's just my grandmother. No, but I want to learn how to talk like an old person, an old grandmother. So they go there and they study those older people and stuff.
For real, yeah. That's what they do, for real. So you don't have an alias, but we do want to know, how'd you get the name, Leslie Walker?
My mother, I suppose, I guess. Yeah. I don't think it was anything special. She knew some people named Leslie, a person named Leslie, and said I was named after him. I don't know.
Okay.
Who he was,
Must have been a great person.
Yeah, I guess. Well, my parents didn't talk a lot about, like I grew up with a stepdad. My mother didn't talk about my dad much. And you ask her about it, she don't want to talk about it, So I don't know. I guess maybe they didn't have a really good relationship. I don't know, People I been with, I still talk to,
Man, yeah.
Yeah, and it might be, let a good year go by and you're all right with them again, and then you go back to the beginning. What started it? How did we fall apart, When you think about it. So you just, where you at now, and just stay and enjoy each other, because life is not that long. Next thing you know, you be getting up out of here,
Yeah. Especially during these times, there's a lot of, you're trying to have fun, you're taking whatever, but you're thinking it's one thing and it's something else, and then you're not seeing tomorrow. So definitely have to enjoy today. Man, this is a deep one. I like this one. Interviewing my dad, y'all. Well, I think I already asked that. What got you into like the spoken word and stuff like that? But do you plan on doing anything beyond spoken word?
In music? Hadn't looked that far ahead.
Like maybe engineering, putting your insight on like, yeah, you should take this sound out, put this beat in, or
yeah, I'm open
like
for all that. That's part of the business.
you feel me?
That's part of the business.
Yeah.
And whatever business you in, you should kind of, experience parts of it. You never know where you might be. I always try to look out to be ready and prepared to wherever I might be. Somebody might ask you to do something, you want to be ready for it.
Yeah.
That's why as a kid, I did a lot of studying. I wasn't all that fast in school, so I would have to come home and do my homework. And I used to see people in there doing work. They wouldn't have to take no homework home.
Yeah.
But I was always one. I wanted to be sure that I was sure that I was sure, and I would go over my stuff, bring it back.
Yeah.
We had a spelling test every Friday. We get ready for that. I used to love to spell,
That's what's up.
So,
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's what I did.
What artists influence you the most?
Well, I can only say, like, some of my favorite artists didn't really inspire me to come to, do spoken word or anything like that. I'd have to say Monster Mike.
Oh, that's what's up. That's a shout out. Hey, I was not expecting that. That's lit.
Well, that's the truth.
Oh, man. That's what's up. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
What do you expect to get out of being in the music industry now? What do you expect out of it?
For one, to be very careful,
Huh.
About what's happening
Yeah.
in the world of music and things like that, and these young kids and young people, excuse me about the kids, shooting up people, and just doing stuff, all I can say is I just have to be careful, and try to keep other people careful with the word. And my brother said one thing to me was very profound to me before he died, and it wasn't when he was on his deathbed or anything like that. It was that we had a friend in the hospital, and we were working together in a beauty shop at that time, and he used to call her every morning and say, now, I don't know if you're going to live or I don't know if you're going to die, but I'm only making this call just to tell you to be sure you have a relationship with God, So if you do go, it don't matter what shape you're in, what kind of disease or whatever you have, but make sure you have a relationship with the Father, So I always think about that. Part of anything I do, I'm gonna always include him in it, And if it's not working out for you, that's only because he didn't approve it.
Didn't get approved. I like that.
That's a song. See, I'm gonna write something on that tonight.
Oh, man.
Took it up.
That's what's up. Run with it, man. For sure, Leslie Walker, I'm gonna keep it 100, y'all. It's hard for me to say Leslie Walker. That's my pops, y'all, man. But you feel me? Leslie Walker, it was great interviewing you. I appreciate you for getting on the compilation.
Thank you.
What I'm expecting from the compilation is to bring the artists together, the culture together, show that we can be separated, meaning having all solo songs, but also coming together, putting our solo songs on one album and actually getting paid together instead of paid off of each other.
Okay.
For sure. Thanks for coming in.
You're very welcome.